Yo, Grand Rising Kings and Queens. You're listening to HL in the AM on Oak 93.5 WRLY Raleigh. It's your boy in the lab. I got my homie. What's good, B?
Good morning. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. How you doing, B?
Man, I can't even call it. I'm happy to be here.
Man, me too, bro. Me too, man. I saw some recent news.
What's that?
Oh, man. Whoopi Goldberg will be playing Emmett Till's grandmother in the new film called Till. Award-winning actress Whoopi Goldberg joined the cast of the new movie Till as Emmett Till's grandmother, Alma Carthen. The new movie, which is set to begin production in Atlanta in September, will be based on the efforts Emmett Till's mother gave in retrieving justice for her son. As you know, in 1955, America was a country plagued with racial injustices, and at the age of 14, Emmett Till became a victim of a racial hate crime as he was killed in Mississippi by a white mob. The Orion picture and historical drama directed by Chinwe Chukwu will follow Emmett's mom, Mamie, as she fights for her son's justice. The movie will also show in chronological order the events that led to her decision to have an open casket funeral sparking the civil rights movement. Goldberg has also agreed to produce the film alongside Keith Beauchamp, Barbara Broccoli, her name is Barbara Broccoli, Thomas Levine, Michael J.P. Riley, and Frederick Zolo. Goldberg said in a statement, "We have waited a very long time to bring this historically necessary, important film to people. And as we watch the repression of American history, when it comes to the people of color, it makes it even more important. I couldn't be with better people. Fred, Barbara, Chinyonye, Keith, Michael, and Daniel."
Man.
How do you feel about that, man?
I mean, those stories being told, I think, are always good. Not necessarily for me or you, because we get it.
We've seen it. We heard. Well, I ain't gonna say seen it, but
we've lived some variation.
Well, didn't even live it. We didn't live it to the point where, at no point in my life, I ever thought, with the exception of like cops, just being, the racist pieces of that they are, that my life was in immediate, like I could get snatched out of my home and killed because I was black. Like I didn't have that part.
By that,
my grandparents and my parents did, and I learned from them about that. But I never really had to have that walking consciousness, that walking fear that some white dudes are gonna come and just kill me for no reason for just me being black. Like I was lucky. I was
gonna
blessed.
say because that's not an uncommon experience.
Yeah, no, it's not. What I'm talking about though is
because I'm from the Deep South.
Yeah,
and my family's from Mississippi.
Right.
I lived there for the first 9 years of my life.
You had like friends that would snatch out their house and stuff like that.
No, but what I'm saying is, no. What I'm saying is these stories are not uncommon in the Deep South.
No, they're not.
Like in Georgia, the dude got ran down a year and a half ago, jogging down the street. I mean, this stuff is not.
Right. I'm not to the point where I'm like just saying that it doesn't happen, but I'm saying that I didn't have that constant fear.
Right.
Like for example, I didn't have to have that awareness that if I go to school and I say something smart to a white kid, that his mom and dad or his dad and his uncles are gonna come snatch me out of my house. And lynch me.
It's not
like it was back when my mom was like in my mom's day. When she went to school, they had to be careful what they said to white kids because they said the wrong thing to the wrong white kid. Next thing you know, you have the Klan in your backyard trying to get you out your house.
Yeah, my mom has literally been chased home by dogs.
Yeah.
And the stuff that's interesting to me about this is how quickly we can move past it in our minds, which is necessary. But the other side of it is what I see last week. Emmett Till would have turned 80 this week.
Yeah. My grandmother.
Donald Trump is 75. So let's not
act like racism is dead. It's dying.
Right.
COVID could kill racism in a heartbeat.
COVID has the best shot at ending racism this nation has ever had.
COVID, and y'all trying to cure it. You see what I'm saying? Like they're trying to stop COVID, and COVID is pretty much our best ally in ending racism.
You just start doing the math on it. You add 3 here, carry the 2. These people get vaccinated. These people don't get vaccinated. That's the best shot we got.
I would just when they come in to get vaccinated, just ask one question: who'd you vote for? Trump? Oh yeah. Give them a shot of tequila and tell them to get up out your office.
Not even gonna be there.
You know, no, but I mean, honestly, dude, I can't watch this movie. I know it. All right, so one of the hardest things for me to ever see, and I can't look at it to this day, is the picture of Emmett Till after he was murdered. Like that picture, and I'm not no punk or nothing. I've seen a lot of stuff, but it's just something about that little kid, man. He was only 14. You know what I mean? And then when I saw it, he was actually older than me. You know what I'm saying? Like when the first time I saw that picture, I think I was like 12. And I saw that picture, and I couldn't sleep for weeks.
That's how I feel about people like, you seen The Help? Like, I know The Help. I don't need to.
I am The Help.
Right, I mean, for real. Like, I got like great aunts and stuff that did domestic work. I know. I personally know The Help. I don't need to see this movie. I've heard the stories personally.
Yeah, I understand that, and that's how I am. Like, I just can't bear to watch that heartbreaking story unfold. I've seen A Time to Kill, and they left her alive, and I can't watch it again.
But I do believe those stories need to be told. It's like anything else. It's about who the audience is. We're not the audience because we already know the stories.
Would you take your kids to see it?
My son is not the audience because he'll already know those stories. The stories are for people who don't know those stories. That's the reason
who don't know the story of Emmett Till.
That's the reason I didn't watch Titanic. I already knew the story.
I watched Titanic. I mean,
did the ship sink?
Yeah, the ship sunk. But when else can you see like that many white people die and not a brother had nothing to do with it, or like they're not trying to, kill a brother? It was like y'all didn't even let us own the ship. You know what I mean? This is exactly what y'all get. Y'all don't want no black people allowed. But you know what? Black people don't like this. We can't swim. So, I mean, maybe it was just God being like, you know what? Y'all get a pass.
Just show the Titanic, like, how they going to flip this?
Well, but come on. And the thing was, it was a bunch of rich white people dying. Like, when are you going to take this? When are you ever going to get the opportunity to watch a bunch of rich white people drown?
And how's this? Go to see Titanic, like, how's this going to be our fault?
This is Obama's fault. Obama did it. But yeah, I mean, it's not even about knowing the story, because I watched so many movies so I could actually, because my imagination's a mug. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So to actually see a story untold the way that it was meant to like be portrayed, I love that. But there's no way in the world I'm gonna watch a movie about. I'm not gonna watch a young black kid get murdered knowing that's what's gonna happen. Like when I walk in, like if you're gonna surprise me and let Emmett Till be alive, and he walk into the movie theater at the very end saying I was in witness protection, hey, I'm cool with that.
Right.
But did you know? Yeah, it's not going to be the case.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I said, my imagination is a mug, so I've already imagined that whole night.
Right.
I've seen it, in my imagination, and I know it doesn't do it justice, but I don't want to relive that again, man, because it was a bear to get over at 12. You know what I mean? It was really tough to get over that one instance, because that was the first time in my eyes at that age that the civil rights movement pertained to me. Like it could have been me.
You know what? It's probably this. Like for me, it's probably about to what end. Like sometimes I'm in a mental place. You're like, you know what? I need to get my refresher real quick. It might be time for that. Right now, I'm up on my information's enough. I don't need that right now.
I understand that. And I want to give a shout out to our peoples, our fam. You got Latoya, Teron, what's up, bro?
Good morning.
Sweetie Keely, Tanya, Joe, Jessica, Crystal, Leon. That's you, that's Byron. And Aisha, what's up, fam? Tell me, are y'all going to be watching this movie Till? I mean, I want to support it. Like, if I could just go and give them money for the ticket and not watch the movie, I would.
Right.
Because I can't bear to watch it, bro. I just can't.
Well, I get nothing from it.
I get a lot from it.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna get anything from it.
No new knowledge.
Nothing new, and it's gonna be pain. And I can just,
instead of making this movie and putting all this movie into the portrayal of Emmett Till's murder, why don't we put this money into convicting and trying the lady that's still alive, that lied and said that Emmett Till said a bunch of inappropriate stuff and led to his untimely murder. Like why don't we do, like, instead of watching a movie about a woman sick, because the thing is, justice could be served right now over his, you know what I'm saying? Because like they say, the movie's about his mother seeking justice for her son.
Right.
However, the person responsible for all of this is still at large, in her home, living comfortably as an 80-something-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of, we can make the movie, but also where does it come into the fact that we need to hold this woman accountable? Because no matter how long ago it was, what she did was dastardly. They still they convicted up Nazis, like Nazis that left Germany after the war and went to other places in the country.
Nuremberg
they convicted
trials,
them all the way into the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If there was any still alive in 2000,
they would don't really stop because they all
died. Yeah. But like you can still convict these cats, man, because like what she did was unforgivable as far as from the justice system.
Oh yeah, but that stuff's going on right now. There's always some fresh new cases of somebody. I saw one a couple of weeks ago about somebody attacked somebody, killed someone from the Asian community, and I believe Detroit got off with it scot-free. It wasn't scot-free. It was like 3 years probation for murder.
Right. That's what they do. Probation is getting off scot-free. I don't care what anybody say. If you're supposed to be in prison and you're at home, you got off.
If you're a kid and your mama say don't do it again, that's getting off.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't think I ever had that. You remember that time you just knew it was gonna be an ass whooping and it was a warning? Like, wait, hold up. Mama, you never cease to amaze me right now.
And for a split second, you're like, man, I could have done worse if I knew it was going to get off of that.
Nah, but if you would have did worse, you would have got it. You would have had gotten it. Remember that when they used to say you going to get it? Like, they ain't never stop whoop your ass. You going to get it.
And just leave it hanging.
Oh,
you going to get it.
Now, I'm going to tell you, remember that awkward moment when your mom's standing in front of the door and she's telling you to go to your room, which is on the other side of your mama, and she's sitting there holding that belt, and you trying to double dutch your way to your room? Oh, dude, man.
One thing about my mom that I will say is my mom had a rule. She's like, wherever you act up, that's where you going to get it. My mom was like, you want to act up in front of people? You can get a spanking in front of people. Man, bruh, that will change you.
Black moms didn't care. Black moms was the only moms that really did not care about what people thought or said when it came to her child. If you were in Walmart tripping, you was gonna be in Walmart limping. And mama wasn't gonna play that, man. My mom would be like you said, like you was wherever you act up, that's where you can get it. Yeah, that's how my mom was. My mom slapped me in front of everybody that went to high school with me at the skate rink. Just whack her. Because I said I wasn't ready to go yet. That's all I said. Like, Mom, do we have to leave now? Bah! Okay, I guess we going. Because I had about 10 seconds before my pride was so hurt that I started to tear up. You know what I mean? You know how like you get slapped and then you just automatically feel your eyes watering, especially when you're powerless in a position.
Right.
So I'm like, I better get out of here now.
But you were a kid, but you knew that was kind of being slick though, right?
Yeah.
When you're like, hey, because you're taking control and being like, so what's going on? We're going to get out of here or what?
Yeah.
So, you running stuff now? Yeah. My grandma said, you don't run nothing here with your mouth, and I can stop that too.
What? She said, well, you got to repeat that.
She said, you don't run nothing here but your mouth, and I can stop that too.
That is a grandma saying right there. Yo, the funny thing is, you had to look in your eye, like that was coming from a place of memory. That was not made up. The look in your eye said it all.
See, I'm in an in between place now. Like I got mama in my head, and then I got a kid that I can't wait to use that on. So I'm just like, one day, ooh.
Wait till Jack wait, man. Jack is going to get it, man. Man, I think like my mom never really had a slick saying, you know what I mean? Like one time she said I ate like I was a human enzyme because I ate so much. That was pretty good because I didn't know what an enzyme was at the time. But like she ain't never really had. She had the typical ones you see on TV. I brought you in this world and I can take you out. I'll knock you in the next week. You know, stuff like that. But that one right there, you don't run nothing but your mouth, and I can stop that too.
Man,
that's a good
my
one.
grandma has some. My grandma used to say, be careful talking. You find yourself getting up off the ground.
What? Yeah, I've been told that.
You're just gonna it's gonna happen so
fast.
Find
yourself. You're just gonna be like, how did I get on the ground? Oh man, did y'all see this? Yo, you ever got slapped so hard by your mom you had to look at everyone like, did y'all?
Oh man,
did y'all see this? Cause like the thing was, like you had escalation. See, you had the pop in the mouth, right? Remember the pop in the mouth? Like you mid saying something slick.
One thing I will say about Mom, for all the spankings, she never slapped. like the face slaps, but it was rather extreme on the other end, but just no face slaps.
I only got a spanking if she didn't have a belt. I mean, she had a belt handy.
It's just a matter of convenience.
Yeah, it was a matter of convenience. You know what I mean? Like I would get a spanking if there was a belt near.
Right.
Like that was it. But like my mom didn't wear belts, so if you out in public. And you know me, I'm a smart mouth human being, and this didn't just start at 24. You know what I mean? So I was a smart mouth little kid. So I ain't gonna lie, I would probably, cause I don't have no hat on, so this is no cap Monday. That's why I ain't got no hat on now. I forgot, but I have earned solid 93% of everything that ever happened to me from my mama. My mom, about 93%. My dad, about 82%.
And you know all the stuff you didn't get caught for.
Dude.
Right.
Now, I'm scared to say what I did get caught for because my dad is still alive. And I don't want him finding out.
Right.
Because, like, I'm going to tell you, and this is the funny thing.
That's funny.
People talk about, like, fear. There was no fear greater than the words, I'm going to tell you, daddy. There was nothing worse than hearing that. Because, see, Dad didn't play. Dad had, like, Mama whooped you, but she still cared about you. You know what I mean? Henry Lee Bonnie was a savage.
Right.
He was gonna beat you till Candy came out. like he just had, like, he just wanted, like he done got cussed out by these white people all day. He done came home. He want to take his frustrations out on anything. And all he got, and then if you give him, like, anything that, that he can take his frustrations out on, it'll be your ass. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be like my dad done came home, he mad, he upset. Hey, the boy done, and I was never Henry, I was never Junebug to my parents. I was always the boy.
Right.
Like the boy needs school clothes or something. The boy done went out of school, acted up. So then my dad, he don't ask questions either.
Right.
My dad, he'll come in, he'll say a statement. Heard you showing your ass at school today. What? And then that's when he do his talking, because it's like every lick was like a word. Did I tell you to not go out there, sit down?
So your dad was the original social media. Didn't I tell you not to?
Yeah, we are not rehabs for broken men.
They hit the early emoji.
Oh, man.
Then I not gonna tell you again.
Yeah. And Imposter turned to Martin Luther King when he whooping your ass. I mean, he got speeches written 7 years ago.
Man, I remember one time, talk about quotes. I remember one time my mom gave me a spanking, and I said, I'm gonna call child services on her, and she said, I hope you can live with them. There's no response to that. I can't wait to my son. I'm going straight old school.
I ain't gonna lie. See, my mom wouldn't want to say that like that. I'm like, I can live. I don't have to live here.
Right? No, even as a kid, my brain was able to put the two and two together. Like, man, foster home. Okay, no, I'm good.
Man, I'm out. I'd have been like, word. I would have went and started packing my little suitcase. Like, wait a second. I have another option. This is not my only option. Like, man, let me.
I don't know how. I can't remember how old I was, but it was at an age where I was still young enough to say something that crazy, but old enough to know that when she said that was a horrible idea.
I'm like this. Me personally, the only reason I didn't run away is because I had nowhere to go. You telling me I got somewhere to go now?
Right.
Because if my grandma lived close, I would have been ran away to her house.
Oh no, she's talking about I'm talking about the police.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call the police on you, and she's like, I hope you can live with them.
And I would. Like, police would have came down and had my suitcase. Take me with you. I'm not staying here. Take me to a group home. Take me to a homeless shelter. Take me anywhere, but take me someplace where I can't get my ass whooped all the time.
Man, but that's what kids used to. I don't even know if kids are close to that anymore. Kids in my neighborhood used to bond over that. People used to be like, oh, so like people just for real compare notes. Like, wait, so what now? Yeah. Like, oh, you get a switch. Like my family, no switches. I had a no switch household.
Oh, word?
Straight leather belts, wooden spoons.
Wooden spoons? I never had a wooden spoon whooping.
My mom hit the wooden spoon on the hand like a Korean.
Oh, wow. So your mom was gracious and kind.
No, but that's actually, it's low-key sadistic.
Yo, but we got some more jams for y'all this morning. You know what? Y'all keep it locked. Yo, and we're back. That was Slam by Onyx. One of my favorite cuts, man. I like that video, though. The video was kind of fly. I can't lie about that, man. let me ask you a question, bro. Did you watch any of the Olympics this weekend?
Man, we've been glued to the Olympics as much as we can.
Right. What event have you been not paying the most attention to?
The swimming stuff, the track and field stuff.
Right, because the North Carolina native's in the swimming joint. Didn't she win a gold medal?
Wait, do we have a North Carolina person there?
Yeah. She actually upset the what was her name? I can't remember her name. But she upset some white girl that was supposed to win it all, and she beat her.
Nice.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Raleigh actually. Raleigh native.
Nice. I know in swimming we got, in track and field, what's her name? Kenny, oh man, I'm forgetting her name. Her name Kenny something. She's from Clayton. She the world record holder for the women's 100 hurdle is from Clayton, North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yep, and she got the silver yesterday. We got the two of the women in the 100-meter hurdle final in the Olympics were both from North Carolina. The only NC State person associated with NC State that's actually from the United States, name is Gabby Cunningham, was also there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope. They did announce one thing for gymnastics fans. Simone Biles will return for the balance beam finals.
Good for her.
I'm glad she got her mental health in check, her twisties, and
I was going to say, because even to call that mental health is it's like getting the yips, but you die if you don't do it right.
Right.
Like I'm not.
But mental health, because most sports are 50% mental, 50% physical.
Okay. Yeah.
And the thing is, so you can be 100% physically, but you're still only 50% if your mental health is at 0.
Right.
So like you said, like those twisties, like you said, you be in the air and you forget, and your muscle memory falls out, and you can land on your neck, crush it. I mean, you're falling, sometimes they be up 20 feet in the air, 15 feet in the air. You don't need that coming down, and she's only 4'8", so.
But this isn't mental like she's depressed. This is mental like her brain has disconnected
from her body. It's still mental, yeah. It's mental.
Yeah, for sure mental. Right. But I think we just broadly say mental, and that means like,
crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's mental, and like the mental is also physical. Like
my
your brain is a part of your
off.
body.
Yeah, like she can't.
She literally can't tell up from down.
Hey, I was watching the USA basketball team. Them boys is back. Them boys is balling now.
Man.
Hey, I knew that they would, eventually just I thought they might lose one more game before they got their stuff together now, man. They were out there hooping. They were out there hooping Saturday.
Yeah, they were at halftime. They were up by 4, and then they came out in the third quarter.
They smoked them.
They were looking like Golden State in 2017-18. That third quarter, they just started opened up on them.
Man, I was like, man, Tatum. Like I'm gonna tell you this. They need to start Tatum. They need to start Tatum. They need to start all the players who actually like. I'm gonna tell you, there was a difference between the way Jason Tatum played and the way Kevin Durant played versus other people on the team, like Bam Adebayo and stuff.
Right.
Like there are certain people who want to win this. Tatum, I don't know if that Czech dude said something racist to Tatum or something, but Tatum got in there and he was like a pit bull. That he was killing. He was a straight savage mode.
Tatum balls out, man.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, you can see his intensity in that game versus the lackluster intensity of other people on the USA basketball team. So I'm starting to wonder, is it going to get to the point where they're going to just put the people, like Holiday was hungry, Tatum was hungry, Kevin Durant was hungry, Booker not that hungry.
Draymond does Draymond, and it was hungry.
Yeah.
But it's in a weird, not shooting buckets, but getting it done sort of way.
Yeah.
Facilitating.
Yeah. But I ain't going to lie. Most of the points that I seen scored was scored on Draymond's head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But man, he keeps that ball moving.
Yeah. He's a good player to have on your team.
Yeah, man.
Don't get me wrong. But like defensively, he wasn't as sharp as I thought as he could have been, as he normally is.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can see that. But man, in that third and fourth quarter, they opened up. It was beautiful to see, and also it was beautiful to see at any moment any of those players got an ISO option, and that's something that at any moment they can just stop playing team basketball and just win.
Yeah.
And I think that looked like the thing that was going on with Popovich, right?
Yeah.
Is that he was like, we're going to play Spurs traditional basketball,
and that was not gone that was not playing in that Euro League. And it makes me wonder, because I used to always believe that whoever, like every 4 years, right, whoever wins the national championship, like the NBA championship, and whoever wins the NCAA championship should merge, and that should be the team to play and represent the United States. Because think about it, you have to have college. You know how back in the day it used to be college and, mostly college? I think like you take the superstars of the college that won the NCAA
they used to be the old select team.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I think it'd be nice because like the dream team thing, like now that y'all losing, ain't no point in having a dream team unless you're gonna have a dream team.
But that's kind of weird these days with the way colleges go. I mean, because man, what's that kid's name? One and done's, and like even that kid who just went to Golden State, Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah.
He went straight to the G League. These kids are just skipping college now.
Yeah.
So that
because the thing is, you can get paid in the G League.
That's right.
You can pay up to $1 million for that season.
Play directly with an organization already connected to the NBA and play against real talent.
And the G League also has like workshops and trainings for like financial literacy and stuff like that. See, the thing is, like, and I've been saying this for the longest time. If colleges want to get in front of the ball, they need to have a select coursework for people that are going to be professional athletes. If you have a school that is going to get rich off of these kids, blood and sweat and tears, and you know that they're going to end up going to the next level, then you as a college should prepare them for the next level, which means you should teach them, like how do you go to school for 2 and 3 years, right? And need an agent when you come out?
Right, and to your point, you're going to school to get an education in a field to get a job.
Yeah, so and you already have your job.
You already know what the job's going to be.
So how do you maximize your potential for that job?
Right.
I think it's stupid. Like, I ain't gonna say stupid, but I just think it's crazy how you would need a manager or an agent for a professional sports career when you were already in school for 4 years. Like basically, what do managers and agents do? They go to school. They learn how to do it. So you should be able to learn how to represent yourself. Save that 10%, 20%.
Right. Yeah.
Learn how to read your contract.
Yeah, there are certainly some people who have done that.
Like they should be a class to teach you how to read and understand and interpret an NBA contract or NFL contract, or because it's not just NBA. Like you have NFL stars that come out of like almost every professional sports team has players that come out of college.
Right.
And those are always the best players. So like if you already know, like, let's get y'all prepared, and then you never know what that might do for a person, because it only takes about a solid year to teach them how to read a contract,
right?
How to negotiate.
And I mean, you still gonna want to have a team of lawyers and several. I mean, that's a lot of money, and it's complex.
Yeah,
what I mean?
It is. But but at the same time, if you're a 4-year, if you're a 4-year student, you ain't gonna really go that far in the NBA anyway.
And the other point of it is different people have different skills. Some people, let's be honest, are not at that school for anything academic. They're there because of what they bring to that school.
Talk money.
Talk for what
money.
They bring physically. So let that let's stop playing these games with these young men's lives.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. And if you do need a team of lawyers, I'm gonna tell you something. It's a dangerous position to be the only person on your team that can't read.
You do not want to be the person in the room that everyone else is talking about, and you don't know what they're talking about.
Exactly. So even if you have that team of lawyers, you better know what you should still know. So, and you have a whole year to mentally prepare. Just like we was talking about Simone Biles and her mental health. Basketball, all right, you got the basketball skills on lock. Now what are you gonna do about your mental? Because you need to be able to figure this out and save that money. That 10% that you giving to an agent could go to your mama.
What Marshawn Lynch say? Get your chickens and take care of your mentals.
Well, I don't know who's going to quote Marshawn, because I remember the last thing I remember him saying was, these Skittles is good. Like, what? Like, in the middle of an interview. So, did they have the NBA draft yet?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Who got drafted number 1?
Well, I think it was Cunningham, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was paying more. I've been paying a lot of attention to these trades and trade rumors, but more than I did the draft. I looked at some specific teams.
Guess who's winning?
Oh, so far your team is way up in trades.
I was like,
on one move alone.
We got Westbrook. We got Westbrook to go with LeBron and AD. We still ain't got no. Well, AD's a kind of a shooter, and LeBron's kind of a shooter, but Westbrook ain't much of a shooter. But they're trying to get. These are teams that are interested.
LeBron's gonna have some lane. LeBron's gonna have some lane congestion to deal with.
Yes, he is, and he's gonna have some ball hogging units they probably never had to deal with either.
Yes,
but there's other players that are interested in joining the Lakers or the Clippers next season. You got JJ Redick.
I like JJ.
I don't like nothing that come out of Duke. I don't like nothing that come out of Duke. So you got JJ Redick. He can stay where he at. We got Derrick Rose, who at one point was probably the greatest point guard to pick up a basketball.
There's also some talk about him maybe going back to the Bulls.
Yeah, go ahead and finish your career there. Chris Paul, bring your butt here, boy. Come here, Chris. We need, because I'm gonna tell you like this: Chris Paul would have already had a championship if they wouldn't have blocked the trade back
to the Lakers.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that was like 2007 or something.
Right. We had Kobe, we had Paul Gasol, and they said that letting Chris Paul come to the team would have been bad for the NBA. Yeah, because we almost had our hooks in Paul back in like 2010, I want to say.
Yeah, man.
And then we got Bradley Beal. If Bradley Beal comes to LA, it is over for everybody.
But everything with Bradley Beal is up in the air. So many questions about what's going on with Washington right now, because they already got rid of Westbrook. Bradley Beal, is he going to stay?
Wall's gone already.
Wall's already gone, and that's a crazy full rebuild to go into.
Yep.
And there's some talk of perhaps Bradley Beal being interested in Golden State.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's the only high-profile player they got pretty much left in their options.
And then we got Rondo. Rondo's talking about coming back, and Dwight Howard's talking about coming back
to the Lakers.
And
they look like they're actually trying to get rid of Kuzma with no takers. Like they've been trying to put him as a part of a package that no one's interested. Him and
nobody wants Kuzma.
Him and what, Caldwell Pope?
Yeah.
They try
KCP.
They trying to package those two together, and nobody wants them. They shop them to like 8 different teams apparently.
Right.
And they're trying to get rid of Caruso, but that's not even personal. They're just trying to open up some money.
Right.
Because you bring in Westbrook, somebody's got to pay these people.
And shout out to Leon, made a good point. If LeBron gets a knockdown shooter, it's over. That's all LeBron needs.
As long as everybody stay, if they stay healthy, it was over this year.
Yeah. Nah, it won't.
If the Nets also stay healthy, it would have been interesting.
I can't believe the Lakers lost to the Suns in the first round. Everybody injury, but still, that one broke my heart.
It's an 82-game season.
So who do you have? Who's your favorite for the upcoming season, man?
Well, we got to see where the dust settles.
Well, what other trades are you looking at?
I'm looking at Golden State. They made some player development picks, and they're not getting rid of them. So Moses Mosley and Kuminga, those guys look like they could be good, but that's a young team. But if they get one more piece to go with, if Klay comes back at 50% of what he was, he'll still be a great defender,
right?
And a guy who has ability to get insanely hot from the three and keep doing. And we saw what Steph did. So I'm looking at them. I don't know that the Nets can really make any moves. Miami is going to be interesting. Apparently, they're trying to get
Kyle Lowry
and DeMar DeRozan. So they might be trying to bring back the Raptors' old squad and put them together with Adebayo and my man
Butler.
Yeah,
that'll be a nice little squad.
That'll be a good squad.
Can't nobody shoot, but it'll be a nice squad.
But it's a mid-range team, but it's a tough squad. It's a tough team that can play some good defense.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said.
In the East, that could be interesting.
I remember about 2 years ago. I think it was about 2 years ago, maybe 3. The NBA was at its most balanced. I remember, I think you had KD and Kyrie in Brooklyn. You had Jason Tatum, and it looked like an NBA Jam poster because it seemed like every team had 2 superstars.
Well, it's almost there now that every team's got 3 or 4.
Yeah, now it's because that's how much better the NBA has gotten.
Back to our conversation last week, right?
Yeah, like the NBA has got to the point where almost anybody in the NBA is capable of being a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're on the 12th man on the bench or if you're the starting point guard. You have the potential. Look at Ja Morant, rookie. He came in his rookie year, beasted.
Mm-hmm.
Lonzo Ball, he played pretty good basketball. I haven't seen rookies playing ball at this level in a long time.
Speaking of back to Lakers, interested in that LaMelo Ball, where he ends up. Bulls interested. A lot of Lakers conversation. They could be interesting.
Oh yeah, Kuz went to the Wizards. That's how they got Westbrook.
Oh, that's official now? Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. Thanks for that. That nod, Leon.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Like, that's why I love the fam keeps you honest. Now they let you know. Oh wait, nope, that's not right.
I don't know how much that. I don't know. If I were a Wizards fan, I don't know how excited that would make me. If I just lost Russell Westbrook but gained Kyle Kuzma.
Nah, I wouldn't be excited at all. Nah, not at all. I mean, the Wizards, man. If you're a Wizards fan, what are you doing with your life?
I don't know.
That's the question.
Probably just looking at pictures of Goodwood Arenas on the wall and
remembering the good old days.
Thinking about how good it used to be.
Agent Zero, Goodwood Arenas, man. I remember, like, didn't he, like, if I'm not mistaken, Goodwood Arenas had a bunch of guns, right?
No chill, Gale.
No chill, and went out that bad one and spaz. That's what I remember about Gilbert Arena. So the vaccine, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's getting vaccinated now. A lot of people are getting vaccinated now. But grocery stores are among the first to change their rules back to the old school rules. They're making masks mandatory for everybody again. Grocery stores, some restaurants. What do you feel about that, man?
It's you and I were talking about this when we first saw each other. It's trending back toward it's as bad as it has ever been and trending worse. Mm-hmm. Like whatever we thought it was at one point, it is right now currently what it was in July of 2020 when we were in complete lockdown and panic, and it's trending up. The variant, the Delta variant, is wide open, and we're not even in flu season. We're about 2-3 months out. We just made it through the COVID winter. We get back to what it was last year with the Delta kicker. Oh man, I don't know.
And that's a scary thought when you think about it, because like they say you can still get COVID even vaccinated, but it reduces your symptoms, right?
Right.
So my question, this is my fear, right? Right now the COVID vaccine is free. Mm-hmm. What if it becomes like mandatory that you need COVID to live in the capitalist society that we live in, and they start charging you every year to get that booster shot, and you have to pay like $1,200 to live?
I wouldn't put nothing past nobody in this country.
Or what if the vaccine?
They are not playing with y'all.
I'm gonna tell you what my fear is, though. Is honestly the vaccine is like a time bomb. Like it gets in, and you need something else to keep it.
Yeah, but that's every like when you get your driver's license, they tell you there's a 100% chance you're gonna have a car accident. That don't stop you from driving. You know what I mean? Like life is just calculated risk versus reward. We got some decisions to make.
But my fear is that you'll get the COVID vaccine, then like a year from now they'll say, okay, if you have the COVID vaccine, you need to get this shot or you're gonna die. And then, but that shot that they give you is 5 Gs.
I mean, but it's just life is just never ending decision making. COVID happens here, we make some decisions. Then on that day, we're gonna have to make some different. I mean, it's always some hypotheticals, could be.
Yeah. I'm just saying what my fears are.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah, right now my fear is like my family. Man, my family had its actual first brush with COVID. Family that lives a long way away that I haven't seen since I was a child. It's real, man.
Yeah.
It's real.
And Jessica, she said yes. Masks are very necessary. Never stop wearing mine. Let's stay safe. Most important, let's stay alive. Live smart.
See, I slowed down on my mask wearing. I am 100% mask at all times, except in this moment.
You know how much money I spent on these masks? I'm wearing my mask.
That's a fact.
Like I'm serious. Like y'all ain't gonna sell me all these masks. I done spent about $200 in masks since COVID started, and y'all gonna tell me I don't need them no more? That is a pair of Jordans.
Everybody who got those PPP loans to start those mask companies don't shut it down yet.
Yo, I know that's right. But y'all keep it locked. We got the weather and more music. Yo. All right, so that was basically my lineup because I'm high, right? But I'm not gonna cap. I didn't know he was the only. I was the first time I ever seen the Because I Got High video. It's the only brother in the video. That's a lonely nigga in that video, man. Like, nah, I don't like that song no more. Like it just ruined the song for me. Never meet your heroes and never watch the music video. I'm starting to learn that today.
His name is Afro Man. I just expected there to be more color in the video.
Yeah, I was expecting to be way more color in the video. I was like, wow, I almost feel like this dude's being a Sambo right now.
Of course, the obvious joke is they were gonna have more black people in the video,
But they got high. Man, but nobody get high like white boys. Yo, so
that Kevin Smith, and I mean it's probably a tie-in to like a Kevin Smith movie. Something that
yeah, Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah. I saw that. I was like, wait.
They're clearly trying to tap into an audience.
They couldn't have got Terrence Howard at least. They got no brothers in it. They couldn't have got Don Cheadle.
I mean, basically, you're going to either get Smokey from Friday or Jay and Silent Bob are like the biggest icons besides Cheech and Chong.
You could have got Cheech and Chong's a little color.
For Chiefin', yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I don't know, man. Like now, I mean, what about Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg could have did a verse in it and everything.
There's probably a big budget difference.
Yeah, you're right. You can't afford Snoop
Especially
Dogg.
when this song came out, like what, 97, 98, something like that probably?
2000.
2001.
Yeah. Because it was a song for our float for homecoming parade at A&T my freshman year. We did the float, and the song that we picked to play from the music was Because I Got High.
2000, so that's right after like the Up in Smoke tour. Yeah, Snoop budget would have been.
Yeah, he probably would have charged like at least 30,000 ounces of weed.
Right.
Man, yeah, I was gonna pay my rent, but then I got high. But you better not do that because they're starting to evict.
Oh man.
Yes,
it's gonna be interesting these next couple of weeks.
Yeah, these next couple of weeks, there are estimated 3.6 billion Americans at the risk of eviction, and some as soon as today. So basically, they did not extend the nation's eviction moratorium, calling it moral imperative to prevent Americans from being put out of their homes during the COVID surge. Now the COVID's surging again. There's no moratorium. More cats are going to be without work, and guess what? They can still. And this is the funny thing about it. I thought it's been over. I mean, luckily I've been paying my rent.
Right, man. Florida had more new cases yesterday than at any point in the entire pandemic. It's like it's not even been going on. Like no lessons have been learned. Like, well, they haven't figured out how do we make this better.
Well, number one, putting people out of their house is really gonna how you gonna stay quarantined and everybody outside? Like that's number one reason it's not gonna help. You start evicting cats today. Now everybody
can't wash a mask.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody now they moving in with somebody else's family. And so now you got 13 you know what I'm saying? Let's be very, very. You got 2 people getting evicted, right? They move in a home they already has to. Now you got 4 people.
And I do not accept any time anyone says what the government can't do, because politics is who gets what when. Somebody's getting that money.
Yeah.
And apparently they're just using it to fly rockets into space.
Man, yeah, that's the thing now. We're in a nationwide pandemic.
And y'all people are getting evicted.
Y'all putting Whitey on the moon. Whitey on the moon. Yo, you should write a poem. I know Jagil Heron wrote, we should remake Whitey's on the Moon to reflect today. like my thing is, the funny thing was I did a joke about it. I was like, it's funny that everybody talks about how Jeff Bezos' rocket looks like a penis. I don't know if you've heard about it, but they say that his rocket is shaped just like a penis. Mm-hmm. My question is, has anyone told the rocket that it looks like Jeff Bezos? Well, that's what I want to know. Cause like that's a penis move, man, to build a rocket ship, and you got people out here getting evicted from their homes and stuff. Like that's the equivalent. That's like the epitome of selfishness.
You making jokes?
Yeah.
We're here starving. You literally just got so much money that you just go like make it into a penis.
Yeah. It says F poor people. Screw poor people.
Yeah. It's in the right. Yeah.
I was like, we got Whitey's on the moon. That's gonna be the back of my head all day. Y'all heard it from Byron first. Well, actually, you heard it from Gil Heron first, but you know,
a rat just bit my sister. Now, millions of Americans getting evicted, and y'all putting
Whitey's on the moon. Yo, okay,
we got 660 million people dead of a global pandemic, and y'all putting people on the moon.
You ain't gonna say Whitey on the moon, yo. But like it's a shame, man. Like literally, how much it didn't cost them? Like $2 billion.
Given inflation and minimum wages is worse than it was in the mid 1960s. The middle class disappearing, but y'all want to put some folks on the moon. Okay.
I don't put Whitey on the moon. I say it. Nah, but the thing is, how much did it cost for that rocket? Wasn't it like so near $1 billion?
I saw it as it related to like ending hunger in America.
Yeah.
It was basically like they could have ended hunger in America.
Yeah, you could have ended hunger in America. You could have paid the back rent of almost everybody getting evicted. But nah, you want to put Waddy on the moon.
And again, it's not this. Don't nobody tell me that's his money, because that's not the way tax cuts and
tax breaks work.
Right. So like that money that he's not paying, that's your money. He just and then he came out and said, "I want to thank all the Amazon employees because it's because of y'all." Yeah, it's exactly because of y'all. Y'all not getting paid is exactly why I was able to do this.
Exactly. Because you think about it like this, you had enough to build that rocket. Then that means every employee that works for you should be straight. They should have their own vehicle. They should have their own home that they own. If you can put Waddy on the moon, you can definitely do that. Like, I think that was a bigger change. Like, instead of being the first billionaire to go to the space, or the second billionaire to go to space, how about being the first billionaire to take care of every last one of your employees?
As Leon says, he gave $100 million to his buddy, talking about Van Jones, and that's the stuff that makes us all such a headache. It's like, how about y'all stop doing PR and just start doing right?
Yeah, you don't need PR if you're doing right.
Right.
Look at Walmart. Walmart made $659 billion in profits last year. Right.
Right.
So a guy on TikTok did the math. If he gave everybody that works for him a $10 raise, right, it would have costed $25 billion out of 659. So you still would have made a profit of $634 billion, and you would have gave everybody that works for you a $10 raise, and still made $634 billion.
This is what unfettered capitalism looks like. What happens when you just don't put reins? It's like Tupac said. At some point, you start out like, hey, can we get some bread? And then at some point, you're going to knock a little bit louder. Then at some point, you're just going to go inside. I mean, it's only a matter of time. I've seen this before discussed. There is like a number that happens, like whether it be French Revolution or whatever. At some point, you can only take so much from people before they start taking back from you. Mm-hmm. You know, so they gonna have to figure out where that is, or the people can figure out where that is. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting when to see these evictions, because people out in these streets, and you start seeing these Hoovervilles like it was the Great Depression again. It's gonna change.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm just going to get high. When all of the mess breaks down, I'm gonna find me a tent or a camper
in a state like Colorado or New York or California where it's legal.
Yeah, or in North Carolina, and I'm gonna be in the woods somewhere in my camper, get like with some satellite Wi-Fi. I'm just gonna watch Pornhub every day, all day. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna leave all this BS to everybody. I'm getting off the grid, kinda. I'm getting mostly off the grid. I'm still gonna keep my Wi-Fi.
I was gonna say, you can't even do that these days, because I bet you pick up your phone right now, Alexa's gonna be like, "Boney, off the grid."
Yeah.
You want to get off? You want to get off the grid? Here are all the things that have grids.
I'm going in the grid. I'm gonna go so far in the grid. I'll be like, "Yo, is he off the grid?" No, I'm in this bad boy. But now Leon made a good point. He said that Bezos gave a reporter from CNN $100 million and said, choose whatever charity. You can't give me that kind of power.
But also that's first of all, it's Van Jones, and then the next thing is $100 million. I mean, is relative to. I'm not even pocket watching. I'm just saying that's a PR move. You know what I mean? $100 million. That's $100 million of everyone else's money that he's then saying, "Hey, I'm giving y'all back y'all money, and then I'm doing you a favor." You know. Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining.
Don't pee on me at all. I don't care what you got to tell me. You pee on me, I ain't gonna hear you.
Yeah, that's an old saying, but now I realize I won't be saying that again.
Yeah, think about it. Like don't pee on me and then tell, like, yo, you peed on me. That's the end of work. That's the end of conversation right there. Like, this ain't R. Kelly's personal house. Like, nah, bro. And you know, R. Kelly, man, like they indict him on a lot of stuff. They allege that he's messing with little boys now. That he was messing with little boys too.
Oh, that was in a documentary.
Yeah, I didn't see that part. I thought about the girls, but I ain't know R. Kelly.
They didn't go into detail, but it was alluded to, and I've seen some. They talked about it very briefly in the documentary, in that miniseries, and I saw another interview with one lady that was in the miniseries, Crystal something. She's like, I'm not gonna go into details, but yeah.
Wow, that's kind of sick. That's gross. Not kind of sick. That is gross. Well, I'm gonna talk about something that's positive right now. Like, what's up?
Is it going to be about unfortunately, we lost Sha'Carri Richardson in the 100 women's race in the Olympics. But did you even know about Gabby Thomas?
Gabby Thomas?
Exactly. I didn't even know about her. So the United States has another runner, which is why I love the Olympics, because you get put up on things you don't know about. So there's a runner for the United States that runs the 200 named Gabby Thomas.
What about the 100?
The best runner that America had for the 100 was Sha'Carri Richardson. She didn't make it because she got hot.
Yeah. But now this is the problem that I have with that, right? Jamaica plays first, second, and third.
They were going to run that anyway.
No, the thing is, and you tell me they don't smoke weed?
Hear me now.
Hey, man.
Boom. Sha'Carri Richardson is the 6th fastest 100-meter runner of all time. There is a runner for the United States I just discovered last night watching the Olympics named Gabby Thomas. Young sister, 20 years old, Harvard University graduate for something like neurobiology, and is the 2nd fastest 200-meter time in history.
Wow.
Never heard of her.
You know why? Because you're probably married to a white man. You don't graduate from Harvard and marry your brother.
She left Harvard, moved to Texas to train with a better trainer, now goes to the University of Texas for graduate school.
Wait, you went from Harvard to the University of Texas?
For grad school, but it was because the trainer.
You went from Harvard to... I'm just joking, man.
She needed a trainer.
Nah, the thing is, though, I've never heard of her.
But it's what we always talk about is what stories are selected. Why are we hearing about this person? We're not even hearing about this level of extreme excellence.
The same way I had to Google the spelling bee champion, and she only got popular when they found out she could dribble the ball. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? First black little girl to win the national spelling bee. Young lady, and it didn't get much news coverage. But boy, when they found out she could dribble a basketball.
Look out for Gabby Thomas, 200-meter final coming up.
I'm gonna look out for her.
Yeah.
I bet, because she got a name like she gorgeous.
No.
Very gorgeous.
Yeah,
very gorgeous. I understand.
With all due love and respect, yes.
With all due love and respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on her because the name sounds like Gabby Douglas, the Olympian.
The gymnast.
Yeah. So that's what was making me. You put me in the head. I was like,
didn't you tell me this morning that we might be seeing a return? Speaking of gymnastics.
Yeah.
That Simone Biles might be coming back.
Simone Biles is coming back for the balance beam competition.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, let me ask you a question, man. Like when it comes to withdrawing the way that she did, do you think there is a way she could have did it better, or do you think she did it the right way? She handled it appropriately.
I think she absolutely handled it the right way. She was completely open about what was going on. She got out in time, and everybody at the time was like, she's supposed to keep going and support the teams. Like, nope, these people are fully capable too. Now we're looking at, what's her name, Suni? Got a new star. The person that came to replace her won the silver on the ball. It's like, so she...
And the gold on the... She won a gold on the...
Suni won 2 golds so far.
Yeah, she won 2 gold medals so far that she wouldn't have won if Gabby was her competition.
Right. So she's doing these people a favor by stepping aside, as well as doing it. So that's what's called a win-win. Why would you not do that? It's just this.
She gets to take her break.
And then if she stayed in and started breaking her neck and everything, people would have been calling her selfish. Oh, she's just standing for herself, trying to get these medals.
Trying to get these medals.
Right.
Yeah, and then I remember this one tennis player was talking about how Gabby Douglas, I can't remember his name, but it's not even worth quoting, but he was talking about how Gabby Douglas was unprofessional, how she should have stayed in, how you're put in pressure situations and you need to learn how to handle it as an Olympian. Then turns around while losing a match, throws his racket.
Oh, Djokovic, yeah.
Yeah, throws his racket into the 5th fifth row, and then storms out and quits the Olympics.
But and then Novak Djokovic, one of the best tennis players of his generation,
Right.
Serbian. And then not only did he storm off, but then he refused to play in a doubles match that was to follow.
And then his teammate, who would have won a gold medal if they would have played together, lost everything.
And where's everybody's opinion about this?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I wanted to know. My opinion is the way that he quit was a temper tantrum. The way Simone Biles quit was self-preservation.
You and I talk about this all the time. It's a running frustration in my head is we have too many conversations. People out here pretending everything's a conversation when a lot of this stuff is just common sense.
Yeah.
You know, there is no conversation to be had if I'm not going to go out there and do some flips if I can't tell up from down. There's no conversation to be had. I'm not dying for y'all's entertainment.
Exactly.
This just became a different sport. This is no longer gymnastics. This is watch somebody die.
Right. And the thing is, and they say that Simone Biles owes you nothing. She definitely doesn't. All she owed us was to try her hardest, and I think she did that.
As somebody said the other day, all of y'all are out here talking about what y'all would be doing if y'all were Simone Biles, but you're not.
You're not Simone Biles, and you never could be. Not even would be. You couldn't be Simone Biles on your best day. Do you understand how, like when it comes to a person that has 5 gymnast moves named after her, they don't even have a Jordan dunk
on different, like everybody has whether 4 different skills, 4 or 5 different skills, and each skill a person generally going to good at one, and then they gradually go down. She's the best at everything, and has a move on the floor named after, on the vault named after, on the uneven bar, like the Biles 1, the Biles 2.
Yeah.
And
the crazy thing is people don't understand is like she has been like a beast for some time now. And then on top of all that, to be the beast that she was while going through the trauma that she was going through.
But what about Michael Jordan? He didn't quit when it was.
Michael Jordan did quit.
Oh, I know. I'm being other people. But what about Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan quit after the '92 Bulls championship when his dad died.
But Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but you know, made me lose my entire train of thought with that one right there. What about Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan quit twice.
Yeah, he quit and came back twice. Yes. Simone Biles. I mean, but the thing is, bruh, man, like I said, you made me lose my train of thought. But the thing is that Simone Biles has moves that she can only do. Like, that's the thing that got me. And the fact that she did all of this while dealing with the biggest trauma. I mean, she was molested and stuff by the doctor.
Man, somebody. Oh, did you see this about Michael Che?
Nah, what'd he say?
Saturday Night Live?
Nah, what'd he say?
Man, talk about unforced errors. Why?
Michael Che,
Saturday Night Live made a joke about Simone Biles. Talk about seeing someone get pulled out at the peak of their expertise is very similar to what happened to, what's his name, Nader or whatever the doctor for the gymnastics team was.
Oh, wow. Wait,
and then try to double down on it and say the joke was a 10 out of 10.
Wow. Jokes about Simone Biles' mental health. Oh, I didn't know that.
And then what's the worst part of it was I wasn't even up on it, but what you clearly were, because you just said it, the guy that he was making that joke about in comparison to was literally the guy that violated her.
Yeah.
That is if I was like if Simone Biles has somebody in her life that cares and loves about her, Michael Che, that's not even a joke. Sometimes you got to see people.
Yeah.
Like
I want to see. I want to make fun of Simone Biles. I got like 3 minutes of Simone Biles jokes in my head. I'm going to the cellar to say them. Ooh, wow.
I do. We talk about this all the time. There is nothing you can say that can put you out of a world of consequences. You making fun of somebody being sexually assaulted.
I see what he said. He said Larry Nassar understands Simone Biles better than anyone. He had to quit doing what he loved at the pinnacle of his career because of that is so.
It doesn't matter who's laughing.
That is so bad.
It doesn't matter who's laughing. You need to worry about who's not laughing.
Wow. And then he claims that his account was hacked. He doubled down on the joke. That didn't work.
Yeah.
And then he claimed his account got. And I used to, up until right this moment, Michael Che was one of my favorite comedians.
I like Michael Che.
I liked Michael Che, but like I can't rock with no dude that's gonna like there's a certain line. Okay, so to me there are two lines, right? There's the line that they say don't cross. But when you cross that line, it's met with love and respect and laughter, right? And then there's that hard line. It's like if you cross that line, there's gonna be sharks in the water ready to eat you alive. Do not cross that line. And Michael Che crossed that line.
Yeah.
Like as comics, we know about the line that's like basically political correctness. We can cross that line.
Right.
But like there's a gap there that you can walk through, and tell your jokes, and those are the jokes that we go for. Those are the jokes that make people laugh. Mm-hmm. But then don't go to that hard line, bro.
And I'm a firm believer that you can say anything you want as long as it's funny. It's only offensive when people aren't laughing. And the people you got to be concerned about is the people who aren't laughing. And I'm not laughing at that. I don't think that was funny at all.
I'm not laughing.
Right.
You ain't taking my black card because Biden already tried to do that when he said I won't black if I ain't vote for him.
I did vote for him.
You know that's one thing now. like you're not black if you let Joe Biden take your black card. That's when you're not black.
Well, it gets complicated.
It gets complex. It's complex, man.
Yeah, but that thing with Michael Che. Speaking of, to make an analogy to sports, sometimes it's not even about success, it's about the attempt. For me, that joke wasn't even good enough for the risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be like, oh, okay, I see what you were going for there, though. That was something but that wasn't even that good of a joke.
It won't. It wasn't.
Was that joke worth risking at all?
Was it epic? No. And Michael Che has had some epic jokes, and maybe that was like sometimes you got to throw some misses out there, but
not
he
that.
missed that.
Bruh, he didn't do that in the darkness of a corner of a comedy club.
No.
He did that on
Instagram.
Like he worked that out for a while, and he knew that was a 90% joke. It works 90% of the time. It was not that.
Wow. I didn't know me and him was the same age. Sorry, just found that out. But me and Michael Che are the same age, and I know better. I'm like one of the dumbest cats on the planet, and I know better than that.
Mama used to say there ain't no sense like bought sense, and he's about to learn something now.
Right, like he's always been like Leon said, he's been borderline, but oh man. So Michael Che's and who else is in hot water right now? Is that the only one that you know of?
That's the only one that I know of. That I mean, there's some like conservatives.
That should be a Google search. Like who effed up this weekend? And see what comes on.
This week on who messed up.
I googled who effed up this weekend. The first thing that popped up was Michael Che.
Tonight on who messed up.
Oh wow,
that's the show I want to watch. This week on who messed up.
Well, I mean that's basically the donkey of the day. But you know who didn't mess up was Big Sean. Big Sean, among other investors, gave $1.5 million to the Michigan Boys and Girls Club Workforce and Entrepreneur Development Program. So basically with that money, to about 200 youth ages 14 and up can get get experience, get like small jobs, internships, where they actually get paid in like careers like sports, esports, entertainment, things along those lines. Actually get to chase your dreams and get paid to do it. Versus go to McDonald's and flip burgers. Now they're like, hey, go work in this studio, or hey, go work in this writer's room. I think that's a fire idea. What do you think about that, man?
I support anything where people are helping other people. I also, I'm not.
What about Nazis? How about people helping Nazis? Like, could you be like on like the Meals on Wheels and know that you have to deliver that food to a Nazi? And if so, would you put crushed up glass in his grits?
Oh, I'm not gonna become a bad person because someone else is a horrible person.
It's not a bad person to kill a Nazi.
What I was thinking about, what I was thinking about as you were saying, that's something you explained in the courtroom.
Yeah.
In my defense, Your Honor,
he's a Nazi.
I killed this man because
he's a Nazi. He killed how many people?
What I was just thinking about was how all those good deeds Big Sean's doing is a good thing to cover up all those horrible lyrics he said over the years.
Oh yeah, Big Sean does suck as a rapper.
He's actively bad.
And he didn't give up 1.5. He probably gave up part of 1.5 with other investors. It's like an investor group that he contributed to. So he might only put in 200,000. Either I can't say only, and then put thousands after it. He contributed a portion of that.
Right.
So, but he's like the main face behind it. I would say the most famous.
Oh, right. Put him out front. Yeah.
Right. Because other than him, also the Detroit Red Wings donated some as well, and the Detroit Pistons. So it wasn't just him, and I assume that the Pistons and the Red Wings have more money than Big Sean.
Can I ask you a question? Who in your
I'm just joking. What's up, man?
Who is, in your opinion, the worst successful rapper of all time? I think Big Sean. There's an argument to be made that Big Sean is one of the worst. What?
Silk the Shocker, the worst ever. The worst commercially successful rapper of all time. That's just straight pathetic and straight horrible. That can't even stay on freaking beat. Is Silk the Shocker.
But not in an intentional, clever way like
Blueface or nothing.
Like Blueface or Sugar Free, nothing like that.
Nah,
right.
Nah. Like Silk the Shocker is by far the absolute worst rapper I've ever heard with an actual song on the radio.
Yeah,
I can't think of no one worse than Silk the Shocker.
Big Sean is also, but in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, but to me, Big Sean ain't worse than Blueface. Blueface can't stay on beat.
Yeah, but Blueface to me is in that Sugar Free style. Like Sugar Free is off beat, but it's real intentional. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're off beat, you're off beat. You have one job.
But it's kind of going around the beat. You play drums.
I understand that. But
in and out of the rhythm.
But he's off beat to the point where it's just dreadful to hear.
Yeah, like you don't have timing or
like
rhythm.
He falls off the beat.
Right.
See, Leon said he rocks with some Big Sean. He's nice, but Silk got to be top 3. Who are your worst rappers? That's why I'm curious. I'm going to play some jams. Y'all hit me up in the chat. Let me know who are the worst rappers to ever drop a song. We'll be back with you. Y'all keep it locked. Yo, and that was that rollout by Ludacris. It is that time where we have to say goodbye. B already had to bounce, had to take care of his baby. Shout out to all the people, the fam in the chat room. I appreciate y'all listening in, giving us your morning like you always do. Yo, all I got to say is y'all go out, y'all be good, y'all be great. I'm going to leave y'all with one banger because it's the first of the month, so I got to play it. And then, y'all do y'all's thing. I'm out.